Okay, well, all the best, young man. And like you said, you were live on MAQTV, and the whole world were looking at you. You want to say hi and hello to anyone out there?
Hi, everybody who is supporting me and everybody who supported me throughout the combined trials. I really appreciate it, and hopefully you're going to do great things in future. Thank you.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Ali Khan, wish you all the best, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Back upstairs.
So thank you very much, Ivor. Good job there. As always, young Stephen Taylor goes on to 79, and Ballet is on 25. It's 142. Now they're inching ever so closer to the 217 mark that is required for victory. And young Stephen Taylor continues to impress. Flicks it away out towards mid-wicket. This will go for 4. Signal comes in. And also a round of applause, a resounding round of applause for young Stephen Taylor from his teammates and this crowd here at the Central Broad Regional Park there, Leon Francis.
Awesome, awesome. And it looks like he has a century for the asking. For the taking, it's being given to him at this stage because they have no counter for him. He is just in a mood to just get that 217, and it looks like in within reach.
So he's some 17 runs away from the century. Looking to turn it into the final region. Didn't make contact. The ball must have came off the upper portion of the tie pad, but we'll wait on umpire Jamula. So leg by signal and call by umpire Jamula. So we see Ivor Henry below us here, looking to get another interview with the man wearing the number 7 jersey. And certainly we'd give Ivor Henry the green light whenever he needs that. So his balance slab at over cover. This will go for 6. A ferocious shot. Carnage here at the Central Broad Regional Park. Young Sewage Ballet is on fire along with young Stephen Taylor. It takes the total now to 153 for the loss of some 1 wicket, and they're chasing Leon Francis. 217 it is for victory. Down to Ivor Henry with the man wearing number 7 jersey for a particular interview.
Which indeed is the captain of the Southeast region, and I'm telling you, Just Karan, that's the name. And he is a specialist opening batsman and a wicket keeper, even though he did not keep in this match. So we're going to welcome you to the microphone here and welcome you to the Central Broad Regional Park. Is this your first encounter in South Florida?
No. Actually, I've been here a couple of times before. I was here for the US Open, and I've been in US for a couple of years now. And basically, I'm from India, but I go back and forth. So this is one of the beautiful grounds I've played in.
Okay, so where do you reside normally in the USA when you're here?
I'm in New York.
Oh, New York. So, well, welcome to some, what is it, sunshine, even though it's not much here at this time. So you're the captain of this team, and your team is doing well. What are the instructions right now for this team before we get back into you personally?
You know, when the other team scored about 220 runs, what I said is like, you know, cricket is always played in 2 halves. You know, the other team batted well. You know, we didn't bowl well, but I told my batsman, if we stay on the wicket, we're going to get. That's what's happening. They're playing well. Me and Stephen Taylor both gave a good start. Stephen needs to continue, and I think it's very manageable. You know, another 60 runs and we'll be fine.
Definitely. Any real reason for winning the toss and asking the opponent to bat today? Any real reason?
I'm sorry, I lost the toss. The other team won the toss and they opted to bat first.
Oh, I beg your pardon. That's my bad. Now, back onto the cricket and future of cricket, because this is the future of cricket, as you can tell, and we have to give it to Matt Qureshi, Cricket Council USA. What are your dreams and aspirations in going forward when it comes to cricket?
First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Mohammad Afzal Qureshi. I mean, he's been giving me a lot of opportunities in America, and I've been playing for US All-Stars for a couple of years now, and as you can see now, you know, so he's been supporting me always, and especially, you know, he's always there for cricketers like us, you know, supporting us, and it's because of him we've got this beautiful facilities in America, and I'm pretty impressed with it, and I hope, you know, youngsters can take a lot from this and take the American cricket team to a new level.
Definitely. Well spoken, sir. I really enjoyed your batting out there. I can say that, and I Could remember, I think I'm going to dream it tonight. That back drive that you played there earlier, lovely. It was a joy. It's a pity that you had to get out at that time because we were really enjoying your batting up there. Do you have any specialists on your team here who would have represented maybe India, Pakistan, Trinidad, anywhere that you know of that you want to talk about?
Myself, I'm from India. I'm a first-class player back home, and I was also in the IPL camps as well. And then Stephen Taylor, as you know, he's playing for CPL. And then we have a couple of more players. And Sanju Patel is the US Tigers captain. He was the winner of US Open last year. And we have Sunil and a lot of youngsters who've been doing well in the American circuit. I mean, and Muhammad Ali Khan, he just got selected for ICC. He's one of the fastest bowlers in America. And, you know, it's not about the big name in my team. It's about the team, you know, which I have. And I would prefer a young team rather than all big names in my team.
Okay, you know, the CPL, Mr. McQuarrie and others are trying to get the CPL to not only to play here, but to have an American team playing here. What are your chances of trying to play for a CPL team select here in the USA?
Well, I don't see about getting selected. I mean, my job is to go inside the field and perform. You know, rest, I cannot just much help it. You know, if I do well, obviously teams are going to come up and, you know, ask me or just put me in the team. But my job is to go in the field and always give my 100%. And, you know, with the God's grace, I've been doing well in America. So, I mean, I hope so I can continue it. And then there are teams who are ready to pick me up.
Very well, spoken like a true champion. So you're going to be playing this match. You have another match this evening. And then you're going to be here tomorrow and hopefully into the finals on Sunday?
Yeah, we have, you know, this is our first game. We have back-to-back games, and then we have 3 games in a row tomorrow. So I hope our boys, you know, keep themselves well hydrated and, you know, they take proper rest, and then we are ready for tomorrow.
Any fitness problems in your camp? Any injuries? Anything notably? Anything to concern anyone around?
No. I mean, as I said earlier, I have a very young squad and everybody is fit and ready to go. And because these kind of opportunities you get very less in America, so everybody is already, you know, fit and everybody is ready to go and prove their worth.
Well, exactly. Spoken like a true champion. Good, sir. Good luck for the rest of the way. Thank you. Upstairs.
This delivery is played into the long leg position. The man coming across to his left knocks it down, but cannot prevent the batsman from getting 2-2. So 2 more to Stephen Taylor, 2 more to the total. Taylor goes up now to some, to some 85. Score is 162. Surge Valley is on 36. And we have seen the completion of some 13 over being bowled. Leon Francis, your thoughts and comments so far?
Well, good going here. Good going there, indeed. It looks like the fat lady has already sung, Eddie. When the innings commenced, I thought it would be a more difficult assignment, but these guys have made easy work of this 217-run chase. Stephen Taylor, I'm looking forward for him to get that century, and I believe this might be one of the few times that you see a batsman score a century in a T20 format in these parts, Eddie. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes, indeed. We have seen Stephen Taylor on a number of occasions on the local level here. We'll back to that in a second. He is on 85. Surge Bally is on 36. He's the striker. So for young Surge Bally, he'll be facing back the left arm off spinner. Between the umpire and the stumps, there's a mid-wicket. There's a back of the square. Cover, extra cover, is a long off and a long on. Here's back between the umpire and the stump. Toss it up to Bally. And Bally gets a delivery. Is he gone? Yes, he's gone. So good bit of bowling there from the man, young bat, wearing number 9 jersey in spell number 2. Lots of deviation there for young Surge Bally, and the prize wicket, so to speak. So Surge Bally comes back to the pavilion there, Leon Francis.
Well, I thought when he came on with his first spell that they could have bowled him a little longer, but I don't know. He was some 16 runs or 10 runs came off his second over. Perhaps they were a little too late for him. I would have tried him with another over and just hold back the 1 over, because he looked very impressive. He looked impressive when he came on with the first spell. The first over, we had about 4 dot balls, and then he conceded a 4 and a 6, I think it was. And then the other, I don't think he got 2 overs, but I was impressed with him. We were talking about the dot balls, and they were a rarity. And now for him to get the breakthrough, well deserved. And if anything is going to happen, we need to you have to remove Stephen Taylor. But how he's going, he looks like the century is there for him to take. And he's not taking too undue risk. So I think he'll get the century, and this total of 217 is more than achievable. The new batsman now, you tell me.
Is Sami Sadiq. Takes his guard from umpire Jamula. Umpire Jamula, of course, out of India. Tall, lanky, fast bowler. There's a slip now. There's a cover, extra cover. And there's a long off and a long on the back with a square. Mid wicket. Tosses it up, pushing it back to the bowler. Scamper through for a quick single. Someone is going to be oh, he just missed it by about 1.5 inches. So recital chance there between Sami Sadiq and young Stephen Taylor. But in the end, it paid off. They got what they were looking for. Take the total now to some 163 for the loss of some 2 wickets. Sami is off the mark immediately.
I thought they wanted to put Stephen Taylor on strike. I think that was the object, and they achieved. A little bit of mix-up there with a feeling. It could have been prevented, but the pressure was on, and they were able to go through for the single and brings what the batting side needed to have Stephen on strike.
Well, he was going to the... Sami was coming to the danger end, and young Stephen Taylor was going to the top end. Here is bat now to Stephen Taylor. Stephen Taylor coming down the track, hitting hard and high, over the top. This will go away for 6, it does.
Yes, and this inch him closer to his century, and that was getting easier and easier.
Goes up to 91. Young Stephen Taylor is putting on a clinic here. And the crowd on the eastern side of the ground are enjoying every moment of it, along with the supporters of Stephen Taylor himself and his teammates and management team. They must be saying to themselves, bat on, Stephen Taylor, you're closer. Here is bat on his way out to both of Taylor. Taylor gets to the delivery outside the line of the off-stump, shouldering arms, and had a look at it very closely as it goes by to the wicketkeeper.
Very close to being called a wide, but Stephen, and he's
slapping this out towards long off, just a single. So young Stephen Taylor goes up by 1 now to some 92. 92 it is for young Stephen Taylor. It's 170. More importantly, they're chasing 217. Young Stephen Taylor is some 8 runs away from a century here at the Central Board Regional Park. Between the umpire stumps his bat ball to Sami. Sami gets a delivery that doing a little bit of dancing and guides it away down towards first slip. The over comes to an end, and at the end of the over, and at the end of it, they're chasing 217 for victory. They are 170 for 2. Young Stephen Taylor is on 92. Sami Sadiq is on 1. Leon Francis.
Well, indeed, that was not a bad over. Indeed, he got the prize scalp, and in as much as he was hit for 6, it wasn't a bad over at all. And but the problem that they feel inside faces is that Stephen Taylor is on strike, and he looks on in a great deal of form. And anything loose, he's gonna dispatch. Let's see if he can be held in check. But it looks like they don't have the answer to his batting. He is doing what he likes, and the century is there for his to take.
So young Stephen Taylor continues to be very patient, settles now. In there, this one will go away for 6. Yes, indeed it is. It is 6. So young Stephen Taylor goes up to 98. It
and
is.
Yeah,
98 it is for young Stephen Taylor. 2 runs away from the century. It would be a tremendous century. It would be a century that would be remembered here at the Central Board Regional Park for years to come. Slapped it towards deep cover, gets a single. Coming back for run number 2, and that's the century for young Stephen Taylor.
Indeed.
Well played, young Stephen Taylor. Well played, young man. And this crowd here at the Central Broad Regional Park standing in unison and getting the round of applause from the spectators and his supporters here at the Central Broad Regional Park. Ivan Henry.
Yeah, this is a man known to be making double centuries. I think he would have had the most double centuries in South Florida by far and away. And I'm telling you, young Stephen Taylor, take a bow, show them your trophy, sir. Take a bow. Well done, youngster.
Yes, well deserved. I can't recall his getting a chance as well. A good century. Very good
Swings
century.
it away out towards backward square. This one will go to the bat out in the deep. So the batsman gets a single. So one more to the young man. Takes the total now to 179. According to my score, 179 for 2. Stephen Taylor is 101. And Sadiq, who's on strike now, he's on 1. And they're inching ever so closer to that 217 mark.
Well, the fat lady has already sung, as I've said before, and it's just to put on the finishing touches. And here is Sadiq trying to do just that. A single in the onside, Eddie.
Out towards the mid-wicket region. And at this stage, one, of course, can give credence to Sadiq playing the anchor role to Stephen Taylor. He would have already gotten a century, but I'm pretty much sure he's thinking now that he wouldn't want to come not out. He wants to win the coveted prize of the man that would have scored the most runs in the tournament.
Yes.
And perhaps leading up to the man of the match award.
Well, it looks very much like he has the man of the match. Could he be earning that $1,500?
Swings it away down towards the backward square position. The man is on the boundary. He bobbles it, but young Stephen Taylor quickly ambushed through for a single. Brings Sammy Sadiq into strike. One more to Taylor. Takes the total now to 181 for the loss of some 2 wickets. And not very much deliveries that we have seen bowl in terms of that ball deliveries. There's Leon Francis.
Indeed not.
Set the way out towards forward of square. The over comes to an end. The end of the over. It's 181 for the loss of some 2 wickets. They're chasing 217. Stephen Taylor is on 102. Sadiq is on 2. That's the latest score here at the Central Broad Regional Park.
I hate to say it, Eddie, but the lady has sung, whether she's fat or not so fat. But it's all over by the shouting. It's just a matter of just going through the formalities, because I don't see the fielding team really restricting the batting, especially Stephen Taylor in this mood. And I hardly see a false stroke from Stephen. That's the key. Real good cricket shots that are being played here this afternoon.
So back to continue bowls with young Stephen Taylor. So low full toss, swings it away out towards mid-wicket. The man on the deep mid-wicket boundary, he picks up, but cannot prevent Stephen Taylor and Sadiq to complete a single. So one more to the total, takes the total now to 182 for 2. Stephen Taylor goes up by 1 to 103, and the beat goes on.
Definitely so. The beat goes on, and can they get another wicket? That is the key.
Well, whether they get another wicket or not, I don't think that they're thinking about getting another wicket. They're realizing that they're going deeper. They're sinking deeper into trouble. Stephen Taylor is there 103 not out, and they realize now that I don't think that they can really put it back. So they're all but just about to give up now, but they still have confidence.
Very much so. You can't give up. You should go right down to the last ball.
And I like the skipper's attitude out in the middle. Continues to march the soldiers on, working with his troop. Back between the umpire and the stump. Goes to Sammy, and Sammy slapped that into cover, but cannot get it past the man wearing the number 12 jersey. He picks up, and the batsman can get no run. So the sun has left us here at the Central Broad Regional Park. Is just about, in terms of time, 10 minutes to 5 as bat continued between the umpires and both to Sammy. Sammy comes down the track, drop out to wides, long off, and the man on the deep long off boundary, he comes across, knocks it down, but cannot prevent the batsman from getting a single.
Do you think that he might have made a better effort of taking a catch there? I thought it was within the reach of a catch. At this stage, I would have attempted a catch, but he did not go for the catch. He preferred to take the ball and the first bounce.
Must be saying that there are a lot more games ahead, and losing this one is not a big deal, but they would have to come back tomorrow and do something different. This time, Stephen Taylor is launching over the top, and this will go for 6.
Yes, indeed. 6 more to Stephen. And it's... would he be in a position to flick that ball when he was in the air back into play? Which I don't like, but...
he was over the boundary, so...
his foot was...
over the boundary.
Okay.
Baton is went out to boast to Taylor. Taylor is forward in defense, pushing it back along the track. The wicketkeeper comes from behind the stump. He picks up, and the batsman can get no one. So the over comes to an end. It's 189. It is. We have 16 overs completed. Young Stephen Taylor is on 109, and Sadiq is on 3. That's the latest score here at the Central Broad Regional Park.
And a very good score. In reply to 217 to chase 217, and it would appear that it's just a matter of just putting on the finishing touches, which to me doesn't seem to be too difficult.
Looking for my partner, Ivor Henry.
He
has a way of disappearing, you know.
He's relaxing near the scorer. He wants to see the details. He wants to tell us, well, if it were Duckworth Lewis, what would have happened at this stage? The clouds are hanging over the top, but it doesn't appear as the rain is imminent, but the clouds are very thick and gathering overcast more and more as we resume play here.
So that's a good delivery. Sammy gets a delivery. Pitch just about off stump. Cutting back into the right-hander. Punch it away out towards cover. The single is finally taken after a little bit of a hesitation. Yes, no, yes, no. And in the final analysis, decide to take the single. So one more to Sammy, one more to the total. It takes the total now to 190 for the loss of some 2 wickets.
And it brings Stephen Taylor back on strike, which is something that they don't want to happen.
Young Stephen Taylor, being referred to as the demolition man. Very destructive type of a batter. I wouldn't want to face Stephen Taylor in this day and age. Pulls it out towards long on. Just a single. And it seems that he stays in the wicket. The longer he stays, the more confident he gets, Leon Francis.
Yes, and that one just got away from him. He was, 1 foot either to the left or the right of the fielder. That would have been another boundary. But it was straight to the fielder this time.
Sadiq is beaten outside the off stump. Don't think that they're worried too much about that ball at this stage. We have seen some 16.4 overs completed. And the captain must be saying now that we realize now that the only way we can win this game is for the bowlers to bowl well and to restrict the batters from getting that 217. We're into the 17th over. 16.5 overs gone. And we have seen 91 runs on the board. 192 according to my scorer. 192. It is now for the loss of some 2 wickets. And the bad news around the ground is young Stephen Taylor is on strike.
Yes, indeed, and it's just a matter of time. Even if it rains, it doesn't prevent anything at all.
So young Stephen goes.
Wow.
Backing away, giving himself some room and slapped it into the cover. The man held on for his life. And let's see now, Leon Francis, if this game will change with the departure of young Stephen Taylor. Well played, young Stephen Taylor. Well played, young man. And he comes back to the pavilion after scoring 110. Well-deserved runs, well-deserved wicket there. And that's the prize wicket that they were looking for all along.
Coming a little bit too late, Eddie. But you cannot take away for the importance of this knock. It's a classic knock. And perhaps the very few bad stroke that Taylor has played today. A good knock and should well put him in position to earn the only one my score corrects me to. The only century that has scored, and this will definitely put him in contention of earning that $1,500 prize money.
So the umpires are signaling out there towards the pavilion. They're looking up to the skies. They're looking up to the heavens. They must be saying, now, Lord, send us some rain. But umpires, I have news for you. There is no rain that's been mentioned in the forecast. And it is bad news because guess what? Game will have to continue. They're looking and they're shouting. They're making decisions in and out. They're looking up and they must be saying, well, it is overcast, so they're asking for lights.
The lights, okay.
So the lights that they were signaling for the curator to put on, and let there be light.
And there shall be light.
Hopefully within a few seconds.
Doesn't need any more lights because Taylor is gone.
Stephen Taylor has lit it up.
He lit it up before he left.
Well played, young Stephen Taylor. Well played, young man.
I hope the CPL organizers are looking, and he could well be picked up in the first round if he's being placed in the draft or retained by the Tridents.
I think that the Tridents are going to retain him. I don't think that they would want to chance him. And this one is slapped away by Sammy Sadiq into the cover boundary before. Love the shot there by Sadiq, and he seems like he's going to pick up from where that man left off, young Stephen Taylor.
Yes. And the youngster has continued with his final over, I believe. And the big mistake they made was not to have brought him back after the very first over when he went for a few runs in the over. But he bowled well. But it's a little too late now for him.
He is the type of bowler that has a lot of energy, has a lot of tricks up his sleeve. Don't be misguided now. Don't be fooled by his age and height. He has a lot of energy. He has a lot of tricks.
A lot of promise.
He's a promising youngster. One talk about the future, and this is the future right here.
Yeah, they put him in the den early, right? In the Lions den, right?
Of course, you have to throw him into the fire. Just waiting now for the final setting of the field. It's 217 chasing. It's 197 for 3. Sammy is on 10. Lesman, the left-hander Lesman, is on strike. So that's a good delivery of that ball. Sure, the youngster will be happy there. Captain of the batting team, I'm sure, can't wait for this to get over with.
Would he be running onto the field and congratulating his players?
One would hope so. Turn it into the inside. A good single between Lesman and Sammy. Lesman, of course, former Leeward Islands player. I think he might have played in the now defunct Sanford T2020.
Okay.
Would have played for the Leeward Islands.
Oh, he came out of
I think he
St.
came
Martin?
out of either St. Martin or Anguilla.
Okay.
And played some cricket in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
And do you know that they have approved a venue in St. Thomas to play the Professional Cricket League this year?
That's what I have been told. As well now between the umpires stands bowl to Sadiq, and Sadiq slapped that down towards into the region of the
cover.
Into the cover region. Well fielded there by the keeper.
Is he still down, or he's just
excited to have made such a tremendous stop. Cut it off from going for 4. Don't think that the man at the deep cover boundary would have prevented it from going into the boundary. So Lesman comes back on strike, the left-handed Lesman. This time he plays this one into the cover, just a single.
This over seems to be very much long.
Well, the over has come to an end, Leon Francis. Thanks to you very much.
Long over, but nevertheless, I think the officials are on top of it. And they seem to have slowed down with the departure of Stephen Taylor.
Yes, indeed, because
but there was no need for them to lose extra wickets, because you never know what this will entail in terms of the prize money.
Here's the scenario. 200 runs on the board. They have lost some 3 wickets. They need some 17 runs. And we have seen 18 overs completed, Leon Francis. Do we have a match on?
Wow.
Stanty Merle at the over.
Close. It's close. They still can do it on a matter of innings closed, right? The number of when the innings are closed.
So the tension
Yes.
continues to build
Let's
here
see
at
what
the
happens.
Central Broad Regional Park.
I thought the fat lady has sung, but it seems with the departure of Stephen Taylor, they have tightened up. The fielding has tightened up, and I've seen a number of batters are being close to the edge of the boundary.
So what has happened now? What is happening now, Leon Francis? It has gotten so interesting. The temptation is there. The anxiety is mounting. The batting team now has brought somewhat a bit of a pressure back onto themselves since the departure of young Stephen Taylor. The run rate has dropped tremendously. 2 overs remaining, 200 runs on the board, and they're looking to get some 17 runs for victory. Do you think that they'll be able to get that?
It's gettable, but at this stage you have to take the chances.
So Elmore Hutchinson is going to pick up the attack from the northern end.
And this is a key over, Eddie.
Indeed.
If he can maintain a good line and length and restrict them and give them 10 runs or so in the final over, it could be difficult.
So he'll be bowled into the left-handed. Lesman settles into his stance. Await the arrival of Hutchinson. Looking to swing it into the back of the square. Push it back along the track. Someone is going down. He's run out.
Well, you definitely have a game on, Eddie.
What a game changer so far.
It has changed. It has changed. It has changed.
Lesman was looking to turn that delivery into the leg, into the onside. The ball coming off, took the leading edge, came back in front of the bowler. The bowler picked up, aimed at the non-strikers and hit the stumps, and Lesman goes 200 it is for the loss of some 4 wickets, and they're looking to score 217, and they're in deep trouble now. I would say Leon Francis is Ivor Henry close by.
11 balls, 11 deliveries, 17 balls. That's not impossible, but it's getting a little dicey now. Let's hear Ivor, how he takes it.
Yes, well, as you know, Eddie, I'm looking for any big lady. I'm looking for any fat lady. I'm listening. I'm trying to hear some sounds, but it's getting tight. 200, but what can we say? To score over 200 in the match, the crowd would have witnessed some 417 runs so far in this match. But I'm going to take it down. I'm going to try to get an interview with the century maker, the first one, Mr. Stephen Taylor, and others. So keep a watch out.
So Lesman comes back to the pavilion at a very crucial and delicate situation for the Northeast team. The Pacific continues to make inroads into the batting lineup of this Northeast team, and Hutchinson, the man being given the ball by his captain to create wonder. We have heard about miracles, and talking about miracles, it seems like it's going to be throw me into the fiery furnace, dear Leon Francis, because you said that there was 1 and now we see 3, but Hutchinson continues. Here is he now on his way now to bowl to Sadiq. Sadiq gets a little wide outside the line now, the off stump. It is signaled and called wide by umpire Ali.
Yeah, he has got to desist from bowling wides and no balls at this stage. It's now they've gotten back the extra ball delivery, so it's now still 11 balls, and they are requiring 16 runs. It's still even Stevens, but I would say with a fall of 1 more wicket can change the perspective of this game. So again, let's see what happens with this next one.
Hutchinson on his way now to bowl to Sadiq. Sadiq gets a little bit, started out towards cover. The batsman gone for 1. They're going to come back for 1, number 2. And they're going to get it, is he? And you see, the stumps are broken. But he's not been given out. Umpire Jamur is tracking in from the square leg position. It seems like he has absolutely no interest in the question that's been asked, the Leon Francis. And looking back at the monitor, that seems to be extremely close.
Very close indeed, but the umpire seems to be on top of it, and I think it was the right decision from our vantage point. It looks like he was well inside these grounds. But again, the replay will show that he was in.
So the pressure continues to mount.
So we have 14 runs from
Hutchinson. So another wide delivery. Captain, of course, cannot like that.
not doing justice at all.
Naughty, naughty, naughty. So Ivor Henry, I see chatting around with young Stephen Taylor as he prepares to interview the Centurion. One would have thought that young Stephen Taylor would have batted throughout the innings. He gave it his all, but you'd have to give credit to the bowler as we watch Hutchinson in, moving in from the northern end pass. The now bowls today and swings it out towards the wide mid wicket and long off and into the boundary board for 4. So Hutchinson, after a flurry of wide delivery, decide to give Sadiq a fluent boundary. Takes the total now to some 207. According to my score, 207 it is for the loss of some 4 wickets. And they're chasing 217 for Victory Leon.
And I think they have a couple more balls left. And those wide deliveries did not help the cause. Let's see what he does with this next delivery. He comes in, and he's up to the wicket. Bowls, and he's being hit down to the mid-off area for an easy single. Oh, they're coming back for 2. It's a bad piece of fielding there. That is not acceptable at all. And I think it's all over. It's all over. He has still 1 delivery left, or is it 2?
Well, I have here with me first century maker. And Steve Taylor.
His mic is going out. Somebody let him know his audio is going in and out.
Tell him his mic.
You need a battery? Let him know they're running down with another mic right
Turn it back to live cricket. We're gonna.
So we're making sure that all is well. So Hutchinson continue. Beaten outside the line of the off stump. So we have the final over. We have seen the completion of some 19 overs.
Copy that. I'm ready for you. Go through it. It's back to main and camera 3.
We're going to give it a go. All right. We have with us here Stephen Taylor here, the first century maker of the tournament. Stephen Taylor, well done, sir. All right. Well, welcome to the Central Board Regional Park, and you're live on MAQTV.com. So you can face the camera so the whole world can see you over there. How are you feeling, young man?
I'm feeling good.
I know the match is coming into a tense situation. Before we get to you personally, let's talk about the match. Did you leave the match in good hands?
To my team.
Okay, the teammates, Stephen Taylor said he left it in good hands, and he's expecting you to. Bring the mic for me. Bring the mic.
I don't know. They're working that out.
Bring it.
I can hardly hear you. Nothing is being done.
Bring that mic for me, please. 4 more. Oh.
Testing. See if this good.
You can go back up, John. Well, the game's getting tighter and tighter. But there was a lovely boundary there.
Testing.
Swing and a miss. But there's runs in the making. It's going to be a bye signal there by the umpire. It's getting closer and closer. And the players are edging closer and closer to the boundary man. So 214 for the loss of some 4 wickets, chasing 217. That's required. And everyone's at the boundary marker here, getting ready to run onto the field, I would imagine. But they're trying to keep it tight. Ball balls this time, the one that goes past the batsman, taken by the wicketkeeper, so a dot goes into the book. And again, dots are like goals here. So it's coming down to after the departure of young Stephen Taylor, who would have made a century. And he said in an abrupted and brief interview that he left the game in good hands. And he thinks that his players can take it home. So we're into the anchor leg. And that's going to be a wide. Oh no, I beg your pardon, I jumped the gun there. I thought it was a bit wide there, but the umpire is in the better position, and I beg your pardon. So there's a dot. Well, they're trying to protect the boundaries here. They make sure that all the men who should be inside the circle are there. And the game has really come down to this. And you can hear a pin drop here. We're running 1, and that's all there'll be. So we have 1 day. We need one to tie, 2 to win. 1 to tie, 2 to win. Either way, the batsmen are going to be running. I know they're going to be running. This game has come down. It stands at a very, very interesting point here. 1 run to tie, 2 runs for Southeast victory. A dot. You know what a dot does. The Pacific would be jumping for joy if this can be a dot ball. And if this goes for more than 1 run, I don't know if the bowler, which part of the field he would be exiting. Here we go. And he swings this one, it swings.
They lose the game.
Oh.
They lose. Is a tie?
And the game has ended in a tie.
Is a tie?
And
Oh, it's tie though.
we'll have to get the playing conditions to make sure if there's going to be a ball off, it's going to be, or if it's going to end in a tie. So they're going to be having a super over. I hope that the umpires are instructed. So we're asking Victor to we're trying to confirm that the score is a tie. Yes, it is a tie. So the super over is going to come into play. We're going to get in on the discussion. I think you need to get to the other skipper.
That's fine. I thought that they're going to bowl.
216 it is. It's a tie.
So there is going to be a super over, and the going to be ball from the southern end. Okay, well, the three teams who are going to be participating in the super over. So we have 3 players from each team. So we are asking both captains to submit 3. And I know my interview with Stephen Taylor, that one is going to be put on hold because he's going to be one of the players, I can imagine. Imagine the captain himself.
I need the bowler. What do you mean? How they playing first? There's no time. No, they got a bat. You're gonna give me the bowler right now. Steven. Check the bowler. Which end will be the super over? Here. Bowling from here? Bowling from here. Oh, the bowler? Oh, I didn't know.
Okay, so they're trying to get things sorted out here, in which they're going to have 3 batters, and now they're trying to get the bowler that would bowl that super over. All right, the same ball will be used, so I would hope that the possession.
Elmore, Arjun, and gonna bat. Abbas gonna bowl.
Batsman. The batsman, let's go. Fielder. Let's go, guys.
Hey, get up in there. Let's get some of that on social media. With the officials and the whole and then let's get a team picture of that team and all of the
All right, we're going to be on the way shortly for a super over. Yeah, they're going to be having a super over, in which they selected 3 batters and a bowler each team. So I'm going to get it up to the scores.
So it's a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Give me the email address. Is that me? CHIN? N is in Nancy. EDU. Ernesto. ERNESTO. ER.
So, gentlemen, play is just about to restart in a super over, in which this very, very exciting game would have come down to 1 over to be bowled, in which we're going to be calling it a super over. After the departure of young Stephen Taylor, the fielding team, they really put a pep in their step. So Pacific would have turned up the tide and held the team in a vice grip. And at least they could have actually won it if it were not for a mishap.
One over each team, and who makes the most out of it wins.
So this is called a super over. Each team gets 1 over.
Southeast, one over
And
for Southeast.
that will determine the winner.
And the same guy.
And it's whoever scores the more runs in their over is the winner. Super over they call it. It's supposed to be exciting.
So,
Can somebody check?
here we go.
I'll check.
The super over, so to speak. The super victory is waiting in the balance.
Okay, so if it's truly drizzling already,
Young Stephen Taylor,
bring camera 3 to safety.
along with the captain himself, is out in the middle for the Southeast team.
Camera 1. I'm going to you. Camera 1, zoom in on Mac right there. Taking that picture. So that's camera 3.
So we're waiting on the umpires.
Back on main. Alright, so it's just main and
So we're now to bowl to Taylor. Back past the bowler. This will go for 4 with it. Picked up in his travel. So 1 to Stephen Taylor. So talk about the excitement and the game of glorious uncertainty that this game of cricket is. We have spoken so many times of the singing of the fat lady, according to my friend Leon Francis on my left.
Yeah, with the fall of Stephen's wicket, changed the whole perspective.
So brings the captain into strike now. Everyone is on the edge of their seats. Making their way out towards the back of the square.
Oh, is it gone?
And looks like Hutchinson gave it all. And 2 more to the total. So it is now some 3 without loss. And we have seen some 2 deliveries bowled.
Keep Stephen Taylor off the strike. Stephen has got to get on the strike. That's
Towards
a dark
mid-wicket.
already.
And the ball might have caught him on the upper portion of the wrist. Made more height than he might have anticipated.
He has got to sacrifice his wicket right now, Eddie, if I were he. What
Well,
say you?
They're both competent batters. That's the captain out there, but nonetheless, they want to keep young Stephen Taylor at the non-strikers end as much as they possibly can. This one is swinging the way out towards deep mid-wicket. Will this go for 4?
Yes.
It just has the legs. No, he just pulled it back just about some 1.5 inches away from the boundary. Good bit of cricket from the man out in the deep there, Leon Francis.
But the danger about it is that Stephen Taylor is still off strike.
Well,
I maintain that Stephen should be on strike.
And that's good news for the Pacific team. Don't you think that they enjoy having young Stephen Taylor at the non-strikers end?
Well, this is working in favor of the fielding side.
Slapped it away out towards cover and long off. Will this go into the boundary for 4? Yes, it does.
All right.
Bisected both fielder at the wide cover position and the long off boundary and into the boundary for 4. So good looking shot there from the captain himself, Ivor Henry.
Yes, his first boundary. First boundary, yes, and they were hunting all along for boundaries. And in the end, he got it off the 4th delivery. So 2 legal deliveries left in this super over. And they're trying to get it right, trying to get the field placing right. But once again, Stephen Taylor is off strike. And don't think he'll be coming into strike anytime soon. But the skipper, he's taking things in his own hands. He's batting way outside the off stump. Let's see what the bowler will do with this. Instead, outside the off stump, he slaps this one again for 1 bounce for. Same direction, same shot outside the off stump. And he was on top of it. And that was the end of the super over. And they would have scored some
13.
Some 13. So the lucky 13 has come into play.
Are we not a ball?
And
13, that's a good stone.
no, there was a dot ball in there. And let us see if that dot ball would do some damage, would hurt. And
13 is a good score.
The batters now would be.
Is that a GoPro on this guy? Camera 1. Give me the guy, Mac's son. Zoom on the GoPro on his chest. Can we talk about
Okay, so 14 runs required for victory. So now here is another one chase.
You want to talk about?
Mac's son got a GoPro on his chest. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the GoPro, the camera on his chest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have Mac.
Stay on it, camera 1. Stay on it.
He's got a camera on his chest. Go ahead.
Okay, and you can see the Southeast, they're limbering up. The bowler now who is going to be bowling, he is limbering up. Remember, he's just 1 over to be bowled.
14.
And we see Sishan Qureshi is there, maybe trying to give words of inspiration. So everyone's eager to go. They're not going to be leaving the field right now. What's happening here is that the Southeast, they're going to be defending 13 runs, and the Pacific did very well. Stephen Taylor would have only batted 1 ball out of the 6th. So, and along the way, they would have had 1 dot ball in there. So they're working out their plans where the field placing is going to be had, because it's very important for them to just keep a check and keep a lid on things.
Jasper? And Duta?
Yes, so we have in Lesmore Road, the wicketkeeper. He's getting himself in readiness with all big bright smiles. And now we can see the other team here now. They're being refreshed and wondering how they're going to get to all of these 13 runs, which is 14 runs that is required for victory.
You did 3 batters, yes.
Right, so Sishan Qureshi seemed to be the one who is bellowing out the instructions here. He's right in the thick of things here. His back is turned to us. He has that, what do you call it, the Mercedes sign in his back there. He seems a little different from the others, but he's not the number 3, but his back is turned. He's the one who is wearing the number 4 on his jersey. And he's still pointing out, yes.
And I think that over the years, Ivor Henry, that Zishan.
Oh, it's a camera that he's wearing. I was just informed, yes. So he has a camera on him. So he's wired. Okay.
Wired for sound and video. Zishan
Yes.
Qureshi has come a long way, Ivor, from what we have seen him coming up as a youngster.
Yes, yes.
The youngest player to have played in the
US Open?
In the US Open.
Yes.
maturity has gone a long way for Zishan Qureshi and the Qureshi family.
Yes, they see him with his hands in the air. That's Qureshi. He's wired, and we are following him on camera.
And this is something new in terms of the
technology
that's been applied here. So 13, as you say, is always an unlucky number.
No, it's a lucky number, lucky 13. But they're going to require, they required 14
or more to win.
Yes.
Where's your money, Ivor?
I see money in this bag right here. Look at that. That's me.
So that's exactly your money. You can't go wrong.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So he's going to be the man wearing the number 4 jersey and the man wearing the number 7 jersey. He's going to take strike.
So Tantimul is at the Central Borough Regional Park, and it's tense and tight, and we've come down to this. 217 was required for victory by SouthEast, and they made it into a tie. And Stephen Taylor would have made a century earlier, and after his departure, the tightening of the screws were being made by Pacific, and they brought it down to a tie. So the crowd here would have witnessed some over 400 runs here already. So the umpires get it. Make sure you have the right thing here because you can't see it. That's the right thing here?
That's what it looked like on the camera. He's got that thing over there. Hey, what
So here we go.
Somewhere. Can anybody got number 4? Number 4. Yeah, it is 4. All right. I'm going to the main.
It's went out to ball to Salva. The white chairman, this will go for 4. Delivery loose, delivery outside line of the off stump, Ivor Henry, and he's swinging at it. A flashing drive, peel off the edge of the bat and into the white third man boundary for 4.
Yeah, the vacant third man. So they allowed fielders outside, but for some strange reason there was no third man. And you know, Clive Lloyd always say, I always like a third man.
So good start here. 10 more runs needed for victory. And we have 5 legal deliveries left. Tension here at the Central Borough Regional Park in sunny South Florida. Unfortunately, the sun is not shining now. Ivor Henry.
Yeah, but the lights are on in the park, so we're on the lights here at the Central Borough Regional Park, and we're asking folks out there to come on over, come on in.
On his way out to bowl to Salva. Back to the bowler, 1 hop. And that's that ball, and as you always say, but that ball's like gold dust.
Exactly, yes indeed. And here it is where they would have got back the dot that they would have given away earlier in the inning. So remember there were 2 boundaries, Eddie.
So it's all even Steven as far as that balls are concerned. Turns now at the top of his bowling mark, begin to move in from the commentary box in. Out towards the backward of square position. They're gone for 1. They're going to come back for run number 2. There's absolutely no doubt about that. The return comes in at the keeper's end. Not a good throw from the man out in the deep. Lesman knocks it down. Lesman would want to win this game for the SouthEast team to to walk away with something, perhaps boasting right, championship right, in-state right, whatever right you may want to call it.
Yeah, well, it's getting tense. We have had one boundary so far, and we need 8 runs, 3 deliveries, legal deliveries that is, and the bowler did not overstep or bowl one wide of the leg stump or off stump.
So Salva, the man being chosen. And this will go. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's a bad miss.
So 4 more it is to Salva, and 4 runs needed for victory from 2 legal deliveries. Salva is the man being thrown into the fiery furnace, and he said, I will throw me into the fiery furnace because the fiery furnace is going to be transformed like a air-conditioned living room.
And the bench is being cleared.
Yes, it's getting closer, and it's getting closer. We need just a boundary for victory and 2 deliveries.
Two legal deliveries. Out towards wide mid wicket. Stephen Taylor comes out the boundary. Rivals the return in. Or threaten to throw the return in at the non-strikers end. So we have some 3 deliveries from, is it 1 ball left?
1 ball, 3 runs.
So 1 ball, 3 runs. And we had a similar situation when they were in the regular batting situation. We had 1 ball, 1 run to tie, 2 to win. So we have 1 legal delivery left now according to my scorer. So it's Tanty Mill at the Central Broad Regional Park. It's all tight in here.
Is drizzling here at this time? Yes, they did pretty.
So send it back upstairs to Eddie Edwards and Leon Francis. Ivor Henry makes his way back up to perhaps change of mic. So we know to bowl to Rain. And he's bowling. And it is all over. Celebration in the camp for the Northeast team. What a victory, what a game it has been, and what a batting performance from young Stephen Taylor, the Leon Francis.
Definitely the man of the match, and definitely in line for the player of the best batsman in the room. Southeast it is, right? It is. Southeast it is that has gotten this victory today. A wonderful victory, having to chase 217. They managed to get 216, and then there was a possibility of our getting down to the final over, the decider, and it came down. They were given 14 runs, and they end up 3 runs short.
So good victory there for the Southeast team. Tremendous batting performance, and the Pacific team has absolutely nothing to worry about. They're not, and let me stress, they shouldn't hold their heads down. They played a tremendous game. 1 or 2 mistakes, but I'm pretty much sure, Leon Francis, that they will be able to come back tomorrow and learn from those mistakes that they would have made here today, and perhaps, as I said earlier on, perhaps win this tournament.
Yes, I thought they made a few mistakes in the field. A couple of misfield and juggling, which gave up a couple of runs. But apart from that, Stephen Taylor was in tremendous form, and they could not check him at all. But at the moment they got him, they came back into the game, and it was not their day. And the luck didn't come with them, but nothing to be ashamed of. A good fight. They kept their heads on, even though Stephen was really in good form. They did not. You didn't see a slur in their attempt to save the match, because 217 was a really, really great target. But again, that's cricket.
So young Stephen Taylor, along with Sammy and the captain, spearheaded the batting for the Southeast team. Tremendous performance, as I've said, along with Leon Francis and Ivor Henry. It was a good all-round performance from the Southeast team. They came back to win. And if you look in the grand scheme of things, you can only look back at the entire game and say that the Pacific had it to win in the final delivery. Had that wicket been taken in the run-out fashion, the bowler missed it at the non-strikers end, and that was their demise.
Yes, they had it. They had it. Their demise. A couple of misfield, and then that final ball that was misfield. I mean, the miss run-out caused the loss of this match. But a game that I think over 400 runs were scored in all. It was a great time, and interviews on now.
So Ivor Henry, the captain, winning captain here to run, and I know he's a proud guy. He had to work hard for this one, but nonetheless, a victory is a victory.
Yeah, in the end, it was a very good game of cricket. Both teams played their 100%. I mean, it was a good game. The credit goes to the Pacific guys. They scored a good target. I mean, they gave us a good target, and we chased it well.
Well, with over 400 runs in 2020, that has got to be some good cricket.
I know the credit goes to the creators over here. I mean, they've given a beautiful ground and the beautiful wicket to, all these players can perform, and the credit goes to the creator here.
Yes, well, just so that the folks know, you're not playing on a 30-yard boundary for them to say, how did they score over 400 runs in this match? Is it because the boundaries are pulled into 45? What's your estimation?
No, it's not about the boundaries. Basically, as I told you, that it's because of the wicket we have. It's a very wicket to bat on, and if you get in the line of the ball, it gets very easy to hit. The only thing, bowlers can... Hello? If they, vary their pace, I mean, you have to bowl more slower ones, and you need to have more righties. If you keep bowling fast and straight, it gets easy for the batsman to hit.
Yeah, so what did you tell your players going into the Super Over? And have you ever played a Super Over before?
Yes, I've played a couple of Super Overs back home in India. And me and Stephen Taylor, we both are quite experienced. I mean, I've played, and Stephen knows it as well. So, all we needed to do was just play 6 balls. And as you saw, we scored 14 runs. And I had confidence in my bowler, But still, I feel in Super Over when they were chasing, because of some misfields here and there, we gave 4-6 runs extra.
Were you worried that Stephen Taylor only had one delivery in that 6 ball? I mean, your camp, they were not worried. Some people, some of your fans were not worried because you were on strike.
No, but I still scored 13 runs in 5 balls. And Stephen played a good shot, but Shiva was on the boundary line. As we all know, he's a good fielder, and he restricted him to a single. And I did my job. I scored 2 boundaries and a couple of doubles. And in the end, it's a good team effort. Doesn't matter Stephen score or just Karan scores.
Okay, so at no stage did you panic. You put all the confidence in yourself. You're leading from the front. You're led from the front. You came out with a victory. You're happy. Your team is happy. If you had to do it again, what would you change?
I mean, as I said, batting was fine, our bowling was fine, just my fielding, I would like my boys to just step up on their fielding a little bit, because as I told you before as well, we've got youngsters, and, 5-6 runs here and there can make a difference in a 2020 game.
Yes. The one chase, I have to give it to you, because chasing 217 for victory, at any time, before, during, even now, were there any scoreboard pressure?
Hello? No. As I said it before as well, I just told my boys that, if we play full 120 balls and we're going to do it as you saw, we did it, and we just needed to apply ourselves more. But we could have won this match easily, without the Super Over, but, some mistakes here and there, and this is how we learned. This is our first game.
Did you guys panic after the dismissal of Stephen Taylor, who, in my mind, was a soft dismissal in the end? Did you panic?
Stephen Taylor is a great player, but I don't know why you're emphasizing so much, because there are 11 people who play cricket, right? So he's a great player. He's one of the star players, and there are other people, you know, who play well. And he's a senior player. And as I told him that he needs to play full, you know, quota of 20 overs. He did his job, and I mean, it's a great team effort.
Well, I like you. You're good teams, man. You're not placing it on any one person. Any one of you out there in Radio Land who are listening, you're listening to the skipper, and he's putting confidence in his team, knowing that cricket is a team sport. And I was trying to catch him somewhere along the line, but I couldn't catch him. I just can't go fishing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So that's it. We have Ivor Henry now with the Centurion that he should have had a interview with early on, but due to certain circumstances it didn't materialize. But now it seems like it's going to materialize right before our very eyes. Ivor Henry along with young Stephen Taylor.
Well, I have here with me the Centurion, the first one of this tournament, and he's no stranger to centuries, Mr. Stephen Taylor. And before I introduce you, show them your trophy, Mr. Taylor.
Yeah, the shot is great, man.
The world is looking. You're on MAQTV.com. Feeling good, man?
Feeling good. We came through the win. All is good.
It's always good to win. I'm going to get into the game. You scored a century. Congratulations. Did you think that you got out at the wrong time in having a new batter coming in, or you had confidence like your captain into the remaining players?
Yeah, the confidence is always in your players, but you know in yourself that you could bat through the innings, and I thought I could bat through and seal it.
Yes, well, you look like you were going to bat through the innings. You bat a chanceless inning, and the one mishap, you picked out the cover fielder, and I can see the disgust in your face. But you still have matches to play. Let me remind you, there are adjudicators around here, and they're looking at the best player, the best batter, the best bowler, the best fielder, and the best wicket keeper. Do you have your eyes on the prize, or you just want to play team sport, and where the chips fall, they just fall?
Yeah, whatever happens, happens, because once you put a mindset to something to do good, and good to happen.
Okay, good. Let's take you out of the tournament. They will want to go ahead and congratulate the Pacific, because they gave you a good one.
Yes, they did. Congrats all teammates, because especially to Mr. I forgot his name, but he batted real good. Him and Mr. Elmore, they batted real. Srini, yeah, Srini batted real good, and Elmore did too.
So did you have any worries when they would have won the toss, and well, they decided, well, we're going to go and set the pace, or you were in a mood to bat first, your team were in a mood, or do you prefer chasing? What was it like?
Well, we really don't have no control over the toss, you know what I'm saying? It's, well, I love to bat first. Everybody loves to bat, especially as a batsman. So whatever the chance get to bat, you just bat.
Inspiration from Trini and those guys when they batted, and you decided, well, you've seen what a guy can do, and you think that you're at home, you can do likewise or better.
Yeah, they did excellent. They bat through. The pitch was playing wonderful. They bat through, and everything was nice for them.
Right. Well, let me congratulate you, because you've been selected into the U.S. squad.
ICC America.
Yeah, the ICC Americas. And it's a usual thing for you now, Stephen.
Not a usual thing. I always had to give thanks to the Most High for every achievement that you make.
Well, young man, you have another game to play, I think. Outside. Well, I'm going to wish you all the best. I know it's drizzling here a little bit, but Stephen Taylor, you're on MAQTV for the world to see. I'm going to say congratulations to you and best of luck throughout your career. I've watched you grow into a big man, and you're congratulations. Back upstairs, guys.
Well, thank you very much, dear Ivor Henry. Tremendous interview from the captain and young Stephen Taylor also. And once again, let me remind you, we still have the covers on the track, and certainly we have another game to go. We're just waiting on the groundsmen to remove the tarp from the playing area. And of course, if you decided to take a stroll down to Central Broad Regional Park, but in any event, let me send you back downstairs where Ivor Henry continues to interview players, and this time he's interviewing the man wearing the number 12 jersey, the man from the Pacific team.
Yes, this is Arjun Well, welcome to the microphones of MAQTV. You're live on TV. And is this your first time in South Florida?
No, I've personally been here for many tournaments, including the US Open. So, but as a team, first time the Pacific team is coming here. It's a combination of guys from Seattle area, North California and Southern California, and we all know each other well. So it's a good outing for us to come for this tournament.
You're one up, you're one down, but you have a few games to go. So how confident are you guys coming off of a loss in a super over, having placed 216 on the board? Any disappointment? How is the camp?
We have a game at 8 o'clock against New York. That's on the AstroTurf wicket. So, I mean, you take the positives from a game like this, and you try to move on to the next game, try and win those. So T20, it's anyone's game. I think this went down to the wire, and I think Southeast did well at the end to win it. But the tournament is not over. We have 3 games. We have a good game against New York coming up, so we'll look to win that and end the day 2-1.
Well, I can see you have some youngsters in your team, in particular the left armer that bowled from this end down here. If I may ask, how old is that youngster?
He's 14. The requirements of the tournament was to have 2 under-19 players in the squad. So we thought, might as well give 2 really good, promising under-15 players an opportunity at this level. And this is a huge experience from them. I think they are the future of cricket in the US. And I think they both are doing very well. So we are happy to have them here.
Right, so you have 2 youngsters. Yes, I just, spoke about one, so beg your pardon. Well, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck in the remainder of the game. You looked good. I like your style of play. You won the first game. You set a good target, so there's nothing to be ashamed of, really. Going forward, I know you're looking towards play on Sunday in the finals. I know that.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, the tournament, there's a long way to go. So we'll try to go out there and try and win every game, and we're really looking forward to the next 3 games, and thanks to all the organizers giving an opportunity to players from all over the country to come out and display their skills on a beautiful facility. And the great thing is that the wicket is playing amazing. It's an international quality wicket, so thanks to the curator, now you have an international quality stadium and a wicket, and really it's amazing cricket. I've never seen the Florida cricket do so well here. So look forward to the games here.
Thank you, sir, and best of luck all the way. Enjoy South Florida.
So thank you very much, Ivor. And without further ado, let's see whether or not Ivor Henry has another interview lined up. No, Ivor Henry. So he's out there with
Send down the umpires.
So we're asking the umpires to make their way out towards the middle.
The toss, man. The toss.
Yeah, the umpires. Toss.
So the cover being removed, we're asking the umpire now to make their way out towards the middle along with the players so that we can have the spinning of the toss. So it's just about some 6 minutes away from the 6 p.m. hour. And gotta make sure that we have the teams already in position along with the spinning of the toss. So we see 2 players are going out into the middle. So the latest here at the Central Broward Regional Park is that the Southeast won their game against the Pacific in very dramatic fashion. You've seen tremendous batting from the captain himself along with Stephen Taylor, and to also give kudos to the man Sami Sadiq, who played a very important role out in the middle for the Southeast team. So until the next game, Eddie Edwards along with Ivor Henry and Leon Francis saying hold tight until the next game from the Central Broad Regional Park here in sunny South Florida.
Tomorrow, I will do my utmost to